Hey, how's it going? This is like let me make sure. It's on. And my hair is definitely not done. But my name's David, and this is my very first business podcast from the Dad Strong YouTube account. And I'm a little bit nervous, but I think we'll get through it. So, what I want to talk about today is something super quick, and it's something I actually covered on a Facebook Live recently. And it's about this topic of a skill set. I think it's actually something that's innate in us, but we learn over time to subdue it and push it down. And it's something as an entrepreneur that you really have to rely on. It's kind of like, I have a 7-year-old son who loves he calls it his Bobo, and it's basically a lovey. It's something it like helps him get through the night, get through the day. Maybe he's getting a little bit old for that. I'm not sure, but it's like a security thing for him, and it's something that helps him get through. And as an entrepreneur, that thing is this construct of relentlessness, being relentless. And whatever your goal is, whatever that task that's in front of you, whether it's financial freedom, a better marriage, it's healthy kids, it's healthy relationships, it's a profitable business, maybe it's this big world-changing app. I don't know, maybe it's super small, maybe it's just losing weight or getting healthy. I'm not sure, but relentlessness is the thing, the character trait, the skill set, whatever you want to call it, that can help you get through to the other side. From being complacent, from being mediocre to greatness. And if you don't have the tenacity and the relentless heart and fervent appetite for more, for better, for done, for completion, I would dare say you're not going to get there. And so sometimes this can work against you, and that's something I wanted to talk to you about today. Like, when I first started my very, very first business, I was living in the Silicon Valley. I was living in Sunnyvale, California, and I thought I had this great idea. And I think it was a pretty good idea, actually. I would execute it differently today, but at the time, I did not know how to execute. I just thought, great idea, it's gonna grow itself. I don't know if you've ever had one of those ideas, but the idea was to have a in-home care facility model where you provide high-level caregivers, like high-end caregivers that aren't just like, $10, $12 an hour, but they're like $30 an hour or $25 an hour. And they support the, CEOs' moms and the people, the baby boomers' parents who are getting old and they need help, and they don't want to be in a $10,000 a month facility. They want to be in the comfort of their own home. So I thought I'd create this model where I supplied customized to people's relationships, like to their personality types, caregivers. The thing that I missed was this concept that I just learned from Mike Rowe, which is innovation without imitation is a waste of time. I don't know, that like blew my mind today. Trying to innovate something without first imitating it, copying the model, doing well with the model, then trying to find better efficiencies, you're wasting your time. And honestly, it's pretty arrogant to do the thing. So that's what I had done. I tried to innovate without imitating, and I was passing up $15 an hour, $20 an hour home care requests like left and right, literally hundreds a week, because I was holding to my own concept, my idea is better. And I had this relentless mindset. I set my mind to this, it's gonna work. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be amazing. And we ended up failing. I had a little bit of investment money, like 30 grand that I borrowed from my father-in-law, and burned that bridge in a lot of ways. And it's super awkward when you're only married for like 3 or 4 years and you do that. But so, I'm just trying to communicate. There's two sides to this relentless thing. There's wisdom and understanding. You're surrounded by a council of people who really know what they're talking about, and they're trying to help you and they're saying it's time to pull the plug, this isn't working, or hey, consider going after the lower end market before you scale up to the high end stuff. That would have been wisdom, and I probably would be in a very different spot, coming out of that. But fortunately, we were able to get out of it. We got out of debt. We got clean slate, move forward, started learning digital marketing. And anyways, I won't tell you the rest of my story right now. But in terms of how it relates to being relentless, you can have a fervent appetite for success. You can have this desire to succeed. And I think that's the thing that helps us move forward, at least as men, in business and in our families, is we have a goal that's so big that if we start to get complacent and we get relaxed, it'll never get done. Does that make sense? Like, let that sink in. Like, what are the areas sorry, I'm getting eaten alive out here by mosquitoes, but I'm continuing to do this because I really care about this topic. But if you have a goal that you really want to see succeed, whether it's a new business plan, again, it's your marriage, it's a relationship with your kids, whatever it is, think, am I willing to do whatever it takes to see this thing through? Is it worth it? And then that, I don't know if it's a primordial instinct, but that instinct of relentlessness, like I will keep pushing until I see this goal hit or accomplished or achieved, that'll kick in. And it's really, really important if you're an entrepreneur. If you think you're an entrepreneur and you haven't started doing this yet, if you haven't started pushing after something or moved through your first 10 or 15 no's or 20 no's, you may need to reconsider what your craft is or your path in life. If the first no terrifies you, it makes you want to give up, again, you might want to consider something different, because the path of an entrepreneur is one full of rejection. And I'll tell you one more story. When I was working in door-to-door sales, that was my first big time job and career. It was in telecommunication sales in the Silicon Valley. I was going door to door from business to business. I had to hit 50 new businesses a day and collect 50 new cards and write them down and try to prospect owners and decision makers on changing over their telecommunication system from their current provider, usually AT&T, over to the company I was with. And it was like $500 a month or something. At that time, I had never done sales before. I had no idea. All I knew was I didn't want to let the people down who were my bosses, and I wanted to win. It was a competition. Who could sell the most every month? And there were prizes and stuff. I didn't really care about the prizes, honestly. I just cared about winning. So I had this killer instinct, go out and win. And I became the number 2 salesperson in the country out of I think it was 15 or 20 offices in that company. Because I had this tenacity to work through the no's, people saying no, to find a yes. And I think for me, it was usually would hit 50 doors a day for, I think, whatever that is, 22 days a month, whatever that is, over 1,100 doors a month. And I would maybe get 5 or 6 sales. Think about that in terms of closing percentage. That's pretty rough, right? I mean, that's a lot of rejection. But if you can't handle that kind of rejection and you think you want to be an entrepreneur, you think you want to go create some massive company and you're going to go find people to invest in it, and the idea is so good, the app's so crazy, amazing, that the very first angel investor is going to come and give you money, you are fooling yourself. Go find 10 people to say no to you. Now, let that be your first exercise if you want to go create a business. You hear what I'm saying? You have to be able to work through objection. You have to be able to work through no. That's just something that I've learned in my journey of thousands and thousands and thousands of no. But as I pushed through those, I found yeses. And those yeses felt like they were easy. Even when people said no in their office, I worked through the objection. I worked through the put off to find a yes. So it's just, do you have that kind of tenacity? All right, that's just what's on my heart today. I hope that connects with you in some way. 10 minutes into this video, hope that puts some flesh around the idea of being relentless, whether it's as a father, a husband, a business owner, a salesperson, whatever it takes, whatever industry that you're in. I hope you got something from that. And oh my gosh, I think I just got bit by a mosquito on my face. That's for you. All right, again, my name's David. I have this social idea called Dad Strong, where I want to help dads be better for their families, be emotionally present, be physically active, and to really pour into their own marriages and relationships and be healthy in those ways. That's at getdadstrong.com. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you on another video.